Hello, I'm Amara Rasgus with Plant Engineering, and I'm here today with Guillaume Le Guic. Guillaume is Senior Vice President for Schneider Electric's Power Systems and Digital Power business in the United States. He and his leadership team deliver best-in-class equipment and solutions for partners and customers. That's a really brief overview. What's your main focus, Guillaume?
Hello, Amara. Thanks for having me today. Well, as you know, Schneider Electric mission is around energy efficiency and process efficiency, and we do that through two types of solutions around industrial automation and energy management. The Power Systems and Digital Power division operates in the Energy Management division, and what we do is we deliver this electrical distribution system and the meters and software that can control them and enable them and understand their operations better. We do that for any type, any range of building, from a small facility to a very large infrastructure.
Okay, so let's talk about Internet of Things for a minute. That obviously plays pretty large into this picture. How can IoT devices in general make electrical equipment safer to operate and to maintain?
Thanks for the opportunity to talk about it. I'm going to talk about the first feature you mentioned here, safety. Safety is paramount to us. Safety is what we are targeting in any instance. And safety is a constant journey. The technology we have today allows us to do more on that front. And we're constantly equipping our equipment with new innovation in order to get the users, the operators in the different plants on the electrical room to feel more safe, to be more safe, and to minimize the risk of any type of incidents. So we'll be talking, I assume, during this conversation about some of the newest features, some of how some features that we're deploying, the VZ trip unit on our breakers allows you to understand and see better what's happening, how meters can give you information before the event, analyzing what's happening to understand what is happening on your system before things even occur. This is how we make sure that our operators, that our customers' operators, our customers' technicians are safe and that we minimize any risk of event.
Okay, so you're looking at predictive maintenance or preventive maintenance, figuring it all out in advance of something happening.
Yes, in advance or when it does occur. How do you make sure that we equip our operators, our technician, with all the tools, all the analytics that can allow to avoid an incident? We are human beings. Sometimes we make mistakes, and we put processes in place and standards in order to avoid these mistakes. But unfortunately, mistakes still happen. We all know, for our audience today, if you're in plant engineering, if you're a plant manager today, one of your biggest threats is an arc incident, an electrical arc incident. We know that this is still one of the major reasons of incident on a given plant on the electrical equipment. This is what we are preventing every single day, and we're deploying new technology. So yes, it comes with preventive maintenance, it comes with analytics, it comes with regular maintenance, but it comes also with data that allows your operators to have a digital conversation with an expert from Schneider Electric in a bureau that is going to use virtual reality features to show you what you're going to see and what you're going to want to do and avoid doing. The technology today is there. I know it can sound futuristic, but the technology is there today to really allow any person, as remote as they are, to have access to the right amount of information and feel that they are being guided well through this process in order, again, to avoid lack of knowledge or just bypassing a standard process and triggering a risk for a possible incident.
Okay. So can you provide an example of IoT devices and electrical distribution systems, and like what role do they play for safety?
Look, I'll give you two or three examples very fast of what we can do today that is already existing. If your plant has any types of motor control equipment, Schneider's motor control centers, MCC, now have a technology where you insert what we call a technology is called R-block. You insert this technology, you monitor this technology, and in the event, again, that we are absolutely trying to prevent and we're trying to make that event to never occur, but in the event that there will be an arc flash, the technology will diffuse the arc flash into a contained chamber to minimize the risk. This is always what we're trying to do. Let me give you another example. You surely, I'm talking here to our audience, I'm sure there are transformers in their facility. We have now deployed across the board consistently continuous thermal monitoring of all these transformers. Again, after the arc flash, the next risk that you're trying to prevent is fire, and fire can be analyzed and understood and try to be mitigated by having some information on the temperature and what's happening on these equipment. So continuous thermal monitoring, what it means practically is on a frequency of 30 seconds, 1 minute, we are analyzing the temperature that is happening in any one of these equipment. And by analyzing this temperature and this temperature moves in particular, we can define if what is happening is normal as per process, or if something has happened that trigger a need for attention, a need for a verification, either on site or remotely by an analyst. And last, we can mention our action on on the contactors and motor control management with RTC Silent, which is now a device that provides continuously high frequency data that we can analyze and understand what is happening truly on the line. So the devices that are using this energy on the line, how they are using this energy, how the starters are operating and controlling, and making sure that, again, everything is running as per your normal operations. All of this will contribute to the journey of a more safe and more efficient plant.
Yeah, those are some great examples. Thank you very much. So talk to me about power meters. Do power meters fit into this Internet of Things story?
Yeah, and very often they are the forgotten equipment in this equation, because we immediately think about safety, we immediately think about efficiency, and we want to deploy some of the devices I just previously mentioned that will get you to this aim. But power meter is an even more smart element of this picture. Because what a meter does is a meter gives you access to high frequency data on the mode of operation, the voltage, and all the current information of what is happening in your plant. The meter can be connected to platforms. So there's a few steps that are going to happen here. The meter is going to allow us to really aggregate data. And this aggregation of data is something that is not often enough done. There's still too many cases in plants today where you have data, but it is not aggregated, it is not stored, and it is not necessarily clean at the right frequency. So the power meters is going to send this data. We can run software, we can provide software that is going to use this data and turn it into insight, software and analytics. Now, as a plant manager, as a plant engineering operator, you can use directly what comes out of this software and this analytics and start understanding better what's happening on your plant. Or you can ask an expert company like Schneider Electric through our digital services and our service bureau agents to look at this data for you, look at these insights for you, and translate them into our recommendation of actions. So the power meter is the single enabler of this whole journey. It is a sensor that is going to give us all the information needed to be able to provide you with the right recommendation and provide you with the right actions, both for safety and efficiency.
Okay. So kind of to bring it all together, how does IoT allow for electrical system optimization or reliability? or maintenance? We're talking about predictability of this equipment. How do we bring it all together?
Look, if you're an engineer in a plant today, and if it was not built in the past year, which the probability is it was not, more statistically, you are operating in an old factory or an old plant floor, you have a lot of equipment on site. And by the way, they were probably bought at different phases as the plant was growing and developing. So your challenge is you have a lot of equipment that you are doing regular maintenance on, but really understanding their mode of operation is your constant challenge. Understanding how it's an ecosystem of devices that operates together, that need each other, and your understanding of what is happening among these devices that have different age, different status is the key. And we believe that IoT is going to allow you to do that better. Now, IoT is about connecting and bringing all this data together. We want not only to do that, we also want to give you the right solution. So as an operator of your plant, you can not only have this data, but understand this data, operate this data through the whole life cycle of the plant, and understand what, as your plant continues evolving, as your need evolves, you need to move this line, you need to expand production, you need to increase power, you need to reduce power because you have sustainability goals. All of these objectives are going to put new constraints, and we can factor this new constraint into your operation and understand how we can get there. So really turning this insight into action. This is what IoT is about. And this is what IoT very pragmatically can deliver to anyone. Look, Schneider did it. We had a 64-year-old factory in Lexington, Kentucky. And we asked our workers, hey, what can we do to make it more efficient? And we realized that it was this whole story. We deployed it, and now this is a glass factory that has been rewarded by the United Nations for being one of the most efficient, sustainable factory in the world. So you can do that on any factory. The technology exists. It's just about deploying it and making the most of it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I really liked the way you explained the ecosystem of data. So thank you.
Thanks to you, Amara.
Yeah. So I've been speaking today with Guillaume Leguic from Schneider Electric. Thank you so much, Guillaume. I appreciate you being here today.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you so much. And we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.